I'm not afraid of someone who studies 10,000 different punches. I'm afraid of the one who studies one blow 10,000 times. These words belong to the legends of the past and the present generation, the great and unique Bruce Lee. But before we tell the story of the ascension and mysterious death of Lee Xiaolun, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the bell. And now, sit down more comfortably, we begin. It would seem that the person whose name is Bruce Lee should be born somewhere in Hong Kong. But no. Bruce was born on November 27th, 1940 in San Francisco. According to the Eastern calendar, the year of the dragon, between 6 and 8 o'clock, that is, also during the dragon. The place of birth was determined by the working schedule of his father, Li Hoi Chen, an artist of Cantonese opera, accompanied by a pregnant wife, a Chinese woman with German roots, Grace Li. At birth, the future master of Geneborst received several names at once. The name Li Xiaolun, the little dragon, the which translates as, come back. Grace Li really wanted her son to come back to America. Upon returning to Hong Kong, the couple pretended that they had a daughter named Li Yunfan, a baby of the Phoenix. And no, these are not the beginnings of gender hysteria. Thus, the parents decided to protect the baby from the evil spirits, who had already taken their first son. They even put an earring on Bruce. It's interesting, but his first role in the movie was the 3-month-old daughter of the main character in the movie Golden City. According to Hong Kong standards, Bruce's family was well off and lived quite well. According to the American standards, the family lived, which is not bad. At the age of 6, Bruce was sent to school. He was not studying well. His behavior was the worst. Bruce grew up a wild child and often engaged in fights, many of which he started himself. His father tried to influence his son through art and took him to the theater. At the same age, a young dragon appeared in the film The Birth of Humanity. In this film, Bruce was a coward and did not cause fear. So far, the boy was interested in martial arts since childhood. However, in 1954, he was given a lesson in cha-cha-cha. This is where some of the most important qualities of Bruce appeared. After 4 years, he won the Hong Kong Dance Championship. He was a young man who was successful in boxing competitions, even won at the local champion. But neither boxing, nor dancing, nor fighting, neither fought back. And once, having received his cha-cha-cha, Bruce decided to do martial arts seriously. In 1956, Bruce met a legend who will make a legend out of him. The first and only kung fu teacher for Bruce Lee was Ip Man, a Wing Chun practitioner. The future star was on the fly, so much so that in one of the street fights, he beat the representatives of the triad. From that moment on, his life was at stake, and the watchful mother sent her son to America. When he arrived in the USA, Bruce started working at a friend's restaurant. After a year, he entered the technical school of Edison. Later, a stubborn immigrant became a student of the philosophy faculty of Washington University. High load did not prevent him from continuing to improve in martial arts. Even vice versa, Bruce mastered jiu-jitsu, judo, and boxing. And although the main style of Bruce Winchin is a fight without weapons, Bruce learned to master yin and yin, especially the nunchakas. In 1961, Bruce opened his own school of Eastern martial arts with his own kung fu style, Jeet Kune Do. The classes were not cheap, about $275 per hour. Bruce met his future wife Linda at a lecture at the university. In 1964, they got married, and in 1965, Brandon's son was born from the spouses. And in 1969, Shannon's daughter. Brandon, like his father, quickly got used to martial arts, which later opened the way for him to Hollywood. The trend for the whole East played into Bruce's hand. He began to shoot in TV shows such as Green Wings. He did not receive the main roles, but this did not prevent him from becoming popular. The level at which he brought fights into the cinema was too high. If earlier the scenes of the fights were accelerated for effectiveness, then now it was necessary to slow down, because the camera did not have time to follow Bruce's lightning-fast movements, And yet he wanted more, so he returned to Hong Kong in 5